YouTube crew, how's it going? It's Multiplier here. In this video, I'm going to show you Loopcloud. It's free and it's the brand new way to manage all your Loopmasters content, all those sample packs. Now there's a fair few different ways you can use this thing, and of course, I'll show you all that in this video. But first of all, before I forget, I do want to show you this new inspiration from Loopmasters section. It's one of my favorite bits. Basically, for free, every single week, Loopmasters give you some free samples. Every single week for free. Ah, so good. All you need to do, look here and go, wow, look at that. All sorts of inspiring samples across a wide range of genres. It's a great way of sparking your imagination if maybe you need some imagination sparking. So before I show you that, let me familiarize your eyes with what you're looking at here in Loopcloud. So Loopcloud is an application you have to download. Also gives you a little plugin thing, which I'll show you in a bit. But first of all, the main application, what you're looking at here is all the sample packs, or the sample packs I have in my Loopmasters account. All of these guys here, from ultra EDM drops to electric blues, Kate Wild vocal hooks and acapellas, deep house and so on, and fluffy cloud. Fluffy's a hard word to say. Let me tell you about the fluffy cloud, which you see by all of these. What that means is it's currently in the cloud. The internet, Loopcloud, the internet. And that means it's not taking up valuable space on my hard drive. And so let's say I wanted to take one of these samples from one of these sample packs and actually get it onto my hard drive. This is what you do. In fact, there's a few ways you can do it, but this is one of them, the simplest way. What do I want to download? Hip hop lunar cycles. We'll go for hip hop lunar cycles. So hip hop lunar, hippity hop lunar cycles. I can choose a sample I want, maybe a beat, Drake. I clicked one I already clicked earlier. So I want to show you what happens when you normally do it. So normally, if you click a beat you haven't already clicked before, it does this. Yeah. And then you've got to hit play, obviously. Beat. Sort of a hippity hop beat there. So notice what happened. As I clicked play, there was a fraction of time as it downloaded a compressed preview of the interwebs. So I can listen, choose one I want, maybe try a different one. Glitch. Vibing, a sort of mad, glitchy, but I like it. So what you can do, once you've heard the compressed preview, you can download it to your computer. There are two ways to do this. Way number one is to simply drag it out and hold your mouse down as you're dragging, and then it downloads as you're dragging it. But because I'm pretty useless but holding the mouse down, what I like to do is to download it first, and then I've definitely got it. And also that means I can show you the little hard drive symbol, which is an important thing to show you too. So now to do that, to download it from the cloud, see, fluffy cloud, that means it's available. You right click somewhere and do download. Give it a second. Didn't even take very long. You saw that. And then you see this little hard drive symbol, the old school spinny hard drive style. That means it's now on my computer. So I can, the full quality version, really important. So when you're just previewing these things, you're hearing a compressed version of that audio, so it doesn't take up all your internet and blow up the internet connection. But when you want to actually use it, of course, you want the full quality version. So you download it to your hard drive, full quality. So now I can drag it out anywhere I like, such as the desktop, or directly into Ableton if I wanted to, or another DAW, or anywhere at all. Basically, once you drag it out, it's a file that you can fling anywhere on your computer. Easy peasy once you've seen how, but that's just the beginning. That's just a very simplest sort of situation. It does a lot more than that, which I shall show you now. Before I forget, let me show you what you need to do with this new inspiration section before I forget. So in the new inspiration section, what you need to do is every week before they bring out the new week's worth of samples, what you need to do is click the little plus, and then that adds it to your library. You can see how some of these have a little folder symbol because I've already added them, whereas some of the other ones are still stars. So let's say I wanted to choose, pick one randomly, Juke Work, Ghost Syndicate Free. So Juke Work. So I go into Juke Work, click the little plus, give it a sec, maybe 1, 2, 3 seconds, approx, and now you can see Juke Works as a little folder, and that means it's been added to my library. Now it's still in the cloud, it's not on my computer yet, You can see the little cloud symbol, but that means it's available. Whereas if I hadn't done that, then it would have disappeared next week. So every week, log into Loopcloud and take a look, see what sparks your imagination, and then add it to your library. If in doubt, add it to your library. Remember, it's free. And then of course you could download it if you like, but let me show you now the tags, and then I'll show you how this whole thing integrates with your DAW, because you can actually preview all of this in the context of the track you're working on. It's really cool stuff. But first of all, stop saying first of all, but now. Tags. Glancing your eyes at Loopcloud here, you can see all these tags. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory, but they're not just self-explanatory, they are incredibly useful. You can see that the sample packs themselves have labels such as guitar, female vocal, WAV, loops, one-shots, different genres, the actual sample pack label on the right-hand side too. And what that allows you to do is search your mega collection of sample packs in a much more way that works, in a way that works properly. So let me give you an example. Let's say I'm making a track. I'm making a vibey tropical house track, 100 BPM, say 100 BPM, 100 BPM, and I want a guitar, sort of guitar in a way in the background. Now, what I could do without Loopcloud is search my hard drive for guitar, or I could maybe search through Ableton's browser bit, guitar. That will find some guitars, but it won't find all of them. That's because not every guitar sample has guitar in the file name. So what I could do is click guitar, click, and then all guitar, give it a sec, and look at that. Oh, look at all those guitars. Look at that scroll bar. I'm only just getting started. Look at all these guitars. I mean, you can see here, this is illustrating the point perfectly. Some of them have guitar in, guitar hit. So I probably could have found that one by searching, but some of them, in fact, most of them don't. They just have other names. Let's take it further. Let's say I don't just want a guitar, but I actually want a guitar loop, because a guitar one shot won't fit in with what I want in my brain. So I want a guitar loop. Then what I could do is click loops. Loops, give it a sec, and now it's just the loops. Awesome. Look at that, everybody. Just the guitar loops. We're getting closer, but there's still a lot of samples here. Let's narrow it down even further. And we can do that by BPM. You can see here, each of these samples, you could do it by key if you like. You could do it by key, but I'm going to do it by BPM. Now I'm working at 100 BPM, so ideally I want a guitar loop somewhere in the region of 100 already. If say the guitar loops at 150 BPM, then to stretch it either all the way inwards or outwards, that's going to be a lot of stretching, and the warp mode algorithm might not do the stretching very well. So to get the guitar sounding as clean as possible, ideally, I want my guitar loop to be approximately 100-ish BPM. I suppose it could also be nearer 200, but we'll keep it simple and just keep it focused around 100 BPM. So two ways to do this. One way is to simply sort by BPM and use the scroll bar, have a little scroll around, walk around via scrolling through samples, click one, see if you like it. But another way you can do this, which is really cool, is the BPM bit at the top. So you narrow down the BPM, beats per minute. Let's do 88 even, if you like, 215, 16-ish. 17, why not? I like 17. Look at that, it's been filtered, and then I can maybe do a resort by BPM, and here are all my guitar loops from a range of different sample packs. You can see Loopmasters, organic loops, and so on, and a whole bunch of other ones. All my different samples that have guitars in, and their loops, and they have a BPM that I want to work with. So let's say I choose, let's keep it simple as possible. Let's try one of these guys, or a sitar, that'd be interesting. Let's click downloading preview. Got it play. Oh, that's got vibe. I like it a lot. I don't even need to listen to another one. I've nailed it first go. Nailed it. But what if I want to see if this works in the context of my track? Because there's a little bit of rhythm here. I mean, it's not a crazy rhythmic bit, but there is rhythm. So I want to make sure that this sample I'm choosing for my track works rhythmically, or just kind of with everything else I've currently got going on in my project. Luckily, the lovely guys over at Loopcloud thought about this and came up with a solution. So Ableton, to illustrate this as simply as possible, I kept it super simple. The project I have here is a simples kick and clap. Nothing more, nothing less. 100 BPM, kick and clap. Start of a chill track. Beautiful. So to test out this particular loop in time with the project, I can do that. I can use the Loopcloud plugin dude. Loopcloud, which installs when you download Loopcloud. So Loopcloud is now, we've got to connect it. Connect. Whoa, it's connected. Fantastic. Even says connected to Ableton Live. Brilliant. Now what's happening is instead of playing it through the audio outputs and stuff of a Loopcloud, it's feeding into the Loopcloud plugin and then coming out here. So if I wanted to, I could even add effects in a spectrum analyzer and stuff to maybe analyze if the sample got low frequencies in or whatever. So I could do all that if I like. I'll just turn it down a bit, probably mad loud. So -6, good habit, because the kicks and the claps are -6 as well. Now check this out. I'm going to hit play in Ableton. So I'm Ableton here, play in Ableton. Notice what happens. Oh, wait, I always do that. You're going to make sure you hit play first in Loopcloud. So Loopcloud's in play mode instead of pause mode. So Loopcloud is in play, so it's ready to play. I'm ready. I'm Loopcloud. I'm ready. And now Ableton, play. It's in time. And now it turns out that that sample doesn't work with the track. But that's entirely okay. That's part of the fun of this. So what I could do now, prove it's in time. So it's a good experiment, actually. It's proved why you need to check if the sample works in time with what you have going on, because that doesn't work in time with the kick and the clap. So what I can do is find a different sample, just try it out. So in fact, I can do this probably as the track's playing. So I hit play in Ableton, and I'm like, that sample doesn't work rhythmically, so I can try a different one. Notice, in time. Now that's an electric guitar. That's probably not going to suit a tropical house track, so I can try something different. Acoustic, let's go up here. In time, ready? That's more like it. That's more tropical house, isn't it? Did you notice how it all came in time, so I can see if this rhythmically works with my project? Also, you can change the pitch. So maybe if you're wondering if the pitch of your finger testing works with your project, you can. So you can be like, wait, play, and then I can be like, pitching it up. So you can pitch it up. Ah, brilliant. So that's fun. And so maybe I like that one. Playing in time with the project. Also, the thing you're testing, the thing you're auditioning, the loop, doesn't have to be exactly the same BPM as your project. It will do time stretching as it needs to. So remember, my Ableton project is at 100 BPM. See here, 100 BPM. So I could try a loop at a different BPM and it will still happen in time. So let's try and choose one. No idea which one of these will sound good. Let's just try this one, 95 BPM. It's in time, even though the loop is at 95 BPM and the project's at a different BPM. That's good. It's good. And then you can just literally just drag it in or download it first and then drag it in like I showed you a few moments ago. Wowzers trousers. Let me just close Ableton, save some of my CPU because my computer's doing a thing. Other things I like include words to come now. The randomize feature. So let me unclick all the tabs, tags. Let's say we want a vocal for a tune, a track to spark something off, but we're not quite sure what sort of vocal we want. Maybe we just want a vocal, but sort of female vocal, ragga vocal, dubstep vocal. I've no idea what I want. I don't know what I want in the world. Loopcloud can help with that. And that is with the randomize feature. So I could click vocal, all a vocal. That will narrow it down to just the vocals, which of course is an awful lot because I have a lot of vocal sample packs. And then if I hit the randomize button, so randomize, look at that. they've now been randomized, which may sound like a very simple feature, but it's actually good because it allows you to almost find things that you wouldn't find if you were searching in a non-random way, because you end up going through the same patterns you normally do. We're pattern-based creatures. So I could click the first one, give it a listen. I like it. It's vibing. It's vibing. It's vibing. Or we could try a different one, but let's say we like that one. I mean, I really like the bit in the middle there. So we like this one. We could do two things. Either just use it, which is great, or we can hit randomize again, and that shows you all the other things, samples, from that particular pack you have selected. So you can see here, these are all from the same pack now. So what's cool about this is you can actually randomize. So every other time it's fully randomized, you can randomize to maybe find a particular vocal style you like. So I'm clicking through. Do I like this one? Just give it a listen. Do I like it? Do I like it? Do I like it? Go ahead, play. Maybe I'm really in the mood for that. Maybe I'm not. I can hit randomize again. So randomize again. We can then click. Also go. Top one. Wait, where are we? Getting lost. Getting in the muddle. Getting in the muddle. Randomize. Oh, that. Let's randomize and then click the top one. That's going to be more logical. Randomize. Click the top one. Do we like it? Let's give it a go. Oh, that is much better. That is a interesting, novel, interesting. So maybe I like this. I like the vibe of this particular vocal person dude from all the other different vocal potentials out there. So I like this particular vocal, but maybe I want a different phrase. So I want this randomly created vibe, but I want a different phrase. I can then hit random again, and that will show me all the things from that particular pack. See? So maybe I like this guy Deepan, and I can choose this one below. And there you go. So it's just it's a nice way to explore sounds. That's what I like about this. It's a different way to take all your crazy collection of samples you have. I mean, for anything like me, you have hundreds and hundreds of gigabytes of sample packs. It's a way of taking all that chaos and trying to find almost like new ways of figuring out the bits you want. I'll do a good sentence now. It can be a creatively interesting way to find samples for your songs. And it's different because it's using random and it's using tags and stuff, which is things you can do if you're just using folders on your hard drive. And as I say, it's free and can also potentially free up some space on your hard drive if you're, say, running low. And there you go, Loopcloud. There will probably be a link below if you're curious. As I say, it is free. If there's not a link below for whatever reason, just search Loopcloud or go to Loopmasters and look for Loopcloud. There'll be a link below. I'll stick that in. And yes, do let me know what you think. Curious to hear your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. My name has been Multiplier, and I will catch you guys on the flippity flip in clouds because of Loopcloud.